This video is about 5 Sopranos characters that I feel are underrated. This isn't a list of every single Sopranos character that I believe is underrated or underrecognized, but these are 5 I'm going to start with today. Hesh Rabkin.
Mahaffey does not have the money.
What do you mean Mahaffey doesn't have the money?
Mahaffey does not have the money.
How could he not have the money?
The man has no wiggle room. He's bled dry.
Hesh has been around for a very long time. According to Janice, actually, he goes all the way back to the pyramids. Hesh isn't a made guy. He's not a member of La Cosa Nostra, but he's a longtime friend of the family, including not just Tony Soprano, but all the way back to Johnny Soprano.
Well, I think it's not good.
Want to be a little more specific?
There's good and there's not good. This is not good. Invented by Hendrix at the Cafe Wa. Kid just came out of the army. I said to him, kid, I don't know what you call it. Talent, charisma, magic, but you got it. These kids, business. A hit is a hit, and this, my friend, is not a hit.
Why?
Christ, for reasons we couldn't comprehend or codify.
Hesh is a smart guy.
Man is driven in toto by his insecurities.
That's why Tony goes to him for advice often. And he's also someone that Tony feels comfortable confiding in. If you'll remember back in season 2, Tony actually tells Hesh that he's seeing a therapist. Hesh says he had an inkling. I think in some ways, Tony looks up to Hesh.
Now look at my key guys. Paulie, Christopher, my brother-in-law. What's number one on their agenda?
Only at the top, Butchick?
What I'm trying to say is, it's nice being here. Always is.
No, I was thinking maybe some of the 200,000 I loaned you. I've lent lots of money. Once that chiseling starts. Who I forgot? Who forgets?
This is why I don't like you seeing him before bed. You're all upset.
In the pilot, at the very beginning, Alex Mahaffey owes Hesh $250,000. But by the end, season 6B, guess who owes Hesh $200,000? That's right, Tony Soprano. Things come full circle, huh?
And the feeling surrounding it is the source of all your problems. You know it and I know it.
I'm sorry I haven't. Paige Herman.
Hey, you want to go for a walk in the rocks?
The crotches, I can't.
Come on, it's beautiful out there. Come on. We'll help you. I go out there to think.
Albert Barese.
So, you getting married? Settling down, huh?
Albert Barese, also known as Alley Boy, he's the cousin of Larry Barese, and we meet Albert back in season 2. One of my favorite scenes with Albert is the one with Richie in the knight in white satin armor.
Talk to the king of dermabrasion about what went down.
I'm talking to him, and he's looking at his reflection in the plexiglass.
Imagine getting a facelift. 1 week later, you're in jail.
Can you imagine that? You get a facelift, and 1 week later, you're in jail? Richie, what's Larry gonna do?
Well, some people are stuffing themselves.
Some people are out there stuffing themselves. Only Larry's got a trial coming up. He's in no position to go into the unknown not known.
How about you, Albert?
Make a move against Tony Soprano? No way.
We talked about this over at the other place with the guy, the councilman.
It petered out.
It petered out.
It died on the vine.
It died on the vine.
It died on the vine. The guy, he moved or something. What's so Ralphie? Bermuda Triangle? I didn't know better.
We're off the record here, Albert.
We're off the record. It's Tony. What? Am I wrong?
Honestly, I don't know.
This is bad, my friend. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't piss on this Ralph if he was on fire. But to whack the guy over a horse? And what's next? You get clipped for wearing the wrong shoes?
Rosalie Aprile.
Fucking nosy? Eat your marigot.
Rosalie Aprile is very unique. She's extremely resilient. She loses not only her husband to cancer, but then her son is shot to death in the season 3 finale. And then after that, one of her good friends, Karen, Bobby Baccalieri's wife, dies in a car accident. Oh, and then she's dumped by Ralph Cifaretto.
Rosalie, oh, Jesus.
I didn't know if I should come. I don't know what to do.
I know.
So happy to see her.
How is he?
Not as good as yesterday.
How are you?
I just didn't understand what you were going through, Ro. I didn't know anything. I was stupid. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay. I mean, there's no way to know what it's like until it happens to you.
You were so strong when Jackie Jr. passed away. I don't know how you did it.
And even though she certainly didn't need to be, she went to the hospital to see Ralph and his son during their time of need. Something else that makes Ro unique is that she also cheated on her husband. We're so used to thinking of the guys with their Gumars, but Rosalie had someone on the side too, as she tells Carmela. Steve from the gym.
Ben saw him giving some guy a blowjob.
Mikey Palmice.
Just in time. I was just gonna make some coffee. Yeah? How's Junior?
Mikey Palmice, also known as Michael Grabbag Palmice, is a one-season character.
Hey, Mikey, that's the boy. What boy's that, Tone? The one you sleep with. Oh. No, I'm just kidding you. How you doing? I'm all right. How's my uncle treating you?
Hey, we're covering our nut. Your nephew likes to play with trucks or something.
Retarded. What if Jerry Lewis heard you talking like that?
Oh, that's muscular dystrophy, Tone.
Not gonna suffer. He's gonna have an open casket. I promise.
Enough. I don't want to hear any more. Jesus, Michael, if I delegate, I delegate.
Junior Soprano is the new boss, and he ain't respecting old arrangements.
Mind your business.
Whatever it is, Mikey, we're going to Vegas next month. I already lined up childcare for Francis Albert, so I don't want to hear it.
Tony Soprano's on his way out, and I mean as in forever.
Oh, my God. He's going to jail?
Well, the other forever.
And it's Mikey Palmice who takes out Brendan Fallone.
Hi, Jack. Bye, Jack.
But eventually, Mikey meets his maker.
You hear me?
Yeah, okay. I think that I heard you already.
Go take a Midol.
Guys today, they want to be buried in their jogging outfits, huh? Speaking of, guess what Mikey's wearing when he gets killed? More and more that I watched, the more I realized just how great of a job Mikey Palmice did. He and Junior had some really great chemistry, and so did Mikey and his wife, JoJo. And he was just a funny guy. Patsy Parisi.
What? Is that Pat Parisi?
Patsy Parisi is a great Sopranos character. He's low-key, and he gets shit done, and he's effective. One of my favorite Patsy lines, which I know a bunch of other people love too, is, "It won't be cinematic." One of my other favorite Patsy scenes is when Patsy introduces himself to Manager Dale and welcomes him to the neighborhood.
When I was coming up, this would never happen to new-made guys. But too many people are doing a simulcast. Do me a favor, and don't take it personally.
Pep, I'll give it that.
0 to 60 in under 7 seconds.
What's the matter? You don't like me?
He isn't someone that necessarily sticks out in a crowd of all the guys. But
Here's the point to remember. My face is the last one you'll see, not Tony's. We understand each other? It won't be cinematic.
Oh, yeah?
Couldn't go out and eat up there in Fairfield no more. I went to Colette for my cop up there, and he gave me a heads up. His buddy on the force saw some car out by Napoleon's Diner a couple of weeks ago. And I remembered how your Gumad lives up there. You may have noticed, not to denigrate anyone, but this is a transitional neighborhood. I mean, demographically speaking, you still have a lot of marginal types.
And we merchants have found You really should have some round-the-clock security here.
Isn't that what the police are for?
They do their best, but they got their hands full.
Yeah?
He ran the plate, and it bounced back a no-hit.
Feds.
Your weekly dues to us will give you all the supplemental safety net you'll ever need.
I can't authorize anything like that. It'd have to go through corporate in Seattle.
We merchants prefer to deal on a personal, one-on-one basis.
I don't have any discretionary funds. It's gotta go through corporate.
It's over for the little guy.
At the end of the series, we find out that Meadow Soprano is actually dating Patrick Parisi, one of Patsy Parisi's sons. Okay, that's cool. But there's a theory that Patsy is actually involved in the death of Tony Soprano. Of course, we don't know for sure Tony Soprano's fate, but there's a theory that Patsy, along with Polly, knew that Tony was going to be taken out. Keep in mind, Tony had Patsy's twin brother, Philly, killed back in season 2, and Patsy knows that it was Tony who ordered it. And Tony knows that Patsy knows. Tony also picked Christopher to be acting capo while Polly was in the can instead of Patsy. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about 5 characters on The Sopranos that I think are underrated and or under-recognized. What about you? Are there any characters that aren't on this list? Stay tuned for more.